So recently I got to go to a curriculum swap, which was really neat. I had heard of them in the past and didn't know of any in the area though. So I reached out to our local library. The children's librarian there is amazing and super supportive of homeschooling. She offers a lot of programs for us. So I just wanted to share the way that we organized it, because before we started it, I had never been to one. She'd never been to one. And so we're kind of flying blind, and there's not like a lot of information out there on how people set it up. So hopefully this is helpful if you're interested in doing something like this in your area. The way we set it up is we had all the resources separated by category. So different tables set up around the room and into electives, science, math, social studies, and language. And then we actually ended up having to add more tables at the end too, which ended up being kind of mixed stuff. But that was really helpful for the people dropping their things off. They could just sort them into the different categories. And then for the people browsing, it made it nice to see what the available resources were. This swap was set up to be a free event. So people were just donating their items, and then you can take whatever you want. And looking back on it, I think next year probably it would be helpful for us to really emphasize that to people, that even if you're a new homeschooler or even if you don't have things to bring to the swap, you can still come and browse around and take what you need from it. So that's something that I would say we would probably tweak for next year. Now, if there was the possibility of somebody wanting to sell something, an idea that we had is to have either a separate table for that, and whoever is selling would stay there and kind of man their items and work out the deal with whoever might want to buy it. And this year we didn't really put it out there for selling items, but I could see next year us expanding and having that as an option too for people, because sometimes you do want to recoup the loss, and it's a good deal for the other person too to get a curriculum that maybe they've been looking into, but to get it at a discount. So some of the things that I got were a bunch of Math Mammoth books, which is perfect because that is what we've been doing and enjoying. And if you aren't sure about Math Mammoth, if you don't know about that, you can check out one of my other videos to see inside. Then there were these science booklets from the National Science Resource Centers and the Smithsonian Institute. All kinds of activities and experiments with different topics. I got a book on the Capitol and our lawmakers, and this book on writing, which I have seen these before, a handbook for young writers, thinkers, and learners. So it looked interesting to me. Not sure if we're going to use it, as a curriculum or not, but could be a good resource anyway. I did find a couple books on clay, which is great. My boys love doing clay. They have a lot of fun with that. And then some of these reader books. And I really did go hoping not to find a lot because we definitely have plenty right now. But there were so many great options that, we came away with a few things. So some of these science and history type reader books. And one on France as well. So it was fun, and I'm glad that I went, and I'm glad that the library was willing to do this. And at the end, what we ended up doing with what was left over is we boxed everything up, and some of the books, like the reading type books, we left at the library for their book sale that's coming up in a couple weeks. And the rest, one of the homeschool moms drove over to a Montessori school that is also having a fundraiser sale coming up soon. So even that worked out great. It's a win-win for everybody. So I hope this was helpful if you're planning on doing a curriculum swap or just interested in maybe starting one. And hopefully you can, and I hope you have a good time with it, and I hope it's successful for you. I hope that we continue it next year and that it becomes a thing in our area as well. Real life is messy and beautiful, and better with books.